Hundreds of years in the future, Earth is all but uninhabitable. When the last transport pod to take the remaining humans off Earth is set to leave in a few days, scientist Sam must make the decision to either stay on Earth or go to the stars to meet her boyfriend again. Hello there, my name is Owen Williams. This is the channel that's at this point probably never going to get a name. And today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Io, another Netflix original movie that came out, I think, in January, so I'm pretty late reviewing this. But I've been sick last weekend and I just decided to watch it. And to be perfectly honest, I did not enjoy this movie. I'm just going to close the window real quick, because hopefully that will make the noise less distracting. Hopefully that did. Anyway, today we're talking about Io. This was a January release, I believe, so again, I'm sorry I'm late, but I did not like this movie. If you saw my every movie I saw in February 2019 ranked video that I put out yesterday, you'll probably know that I was not a big fan of this movie, because I mentioned at the end that it wasn't a good movie. And today I'm going to be talking about everything. So I'm going to start by talking about the bad things in it, then I'm going to move on to the medium, then the good, then the score of the movie, then how this movie compared to the last movie we reviewed on this channel, and then the people who would probably enjoy this movie. Anyway, let's jump into it with the bad, and there was quite a long list of the bad in this movie. The first thing is that it was a really quiet movie. Like, there's some scenes that are just dead silence. There seem to be for absolutely no reason. Like, conversations between the characters will stop suddenly for almost no reason, which felt like it added like 30 minutes of runtime. It probably added like 10 in reality. Sorry, I said like too much there. I'm trying to stop doing that. But they didn't seem that the silence was necessary in the movie, so it felt like it was just there for runtime. The next thing that I didn't like about this movie was how it didn't make much sense. Of course, I already said the plot of the movie is that Earth is all uninhabitable, and it's never explained why. It's just that the Earth is now uninhabitable, people are dying, and everyone has escaped on spaceships to another planet. But it never explains why the Earth is uninhabitable, which then, on top of that, makes the rest of the movie and the whole point of Sam's character, who's trying to find a way to make Earth habitable again, you can't really understand how she could do it or what she's trying to do. Dog, could you please stop barking? It's not even my dog. Anyway. And the final thing that I didn't like about this movie is the decisions that the characters make. The main character, Sam, makes some decisions in this movie that don't seem to make sense. She seems conflicted about certain things that she shouldn't be conflicted by because of decisions she's made earlier in the movie, and that makes it very hard to root for her character, and she should be the main character. There's only really 4 actors and actresses who show up during this movie, and that does, of course, put like a barrier on how exciting this can be. I think they did really well with what they had, but like the actors and actresses did. But the first third of the movie hardly tells us anything, and it's all like explaining things, but it doesn't explain things as well as it probably should have. Anyway, moving on to the medium part of this is the medium parts of the movie. Is that at the end of the movie there's a twist, and I'm not going to spoil what the twist is, because I actually thought that was the best part of the movie, although some people who I know have watched it were not very big fans of this twist, and they also really didn't like it. So if you've seen the movie, please leave in the comments down below what the twist was, or no, not what the twist was, whether you liked it or not. Don't spoil it for everyone else. And the other thing was the speed of the movie. This was a very slow movie. It took a long time to get going, and after that it took a very long time. And I know people do like that, and there's definitely a market for people who like slow burn movies, but there's also a lot of people who are very against slow burn movies, which probably made this a very split topic for a lot of people. Anyway, let's move on to the good parts of the movie, and definitely the best part of this movie was the atmosphere. All the characters had this, because of the silence, which I didn't really like, it made it very tense, and especially near the end, it's a very tense atmosphere, which actually, definitely brought me into the movie more. And was the best part of this movie, as I said before. However, because of the atmosphere, the only reason that it's tense at all is because the characters are making really bad decisions which could have easily been avoided, which can be kind of confusing if you put that with everything else. Anyway, let's move on to the score, and I've changed up my scoring system a little bit for this movie. I used to rank it as a 1-5 would be the top score. It's actually going to be it'll be an A5 was the top score. It's now going to be an A1 is the top score. So the letters... Wait, was that letters or numbers? I think it was letters. Okay, I forgot my own scoring system. I'm going to watch an old video to remember this. As far as I can remember, the letters are what my opinion on the movie was. No, the letters were... I need a moment. I'm sorry, I'm sick right now. But I want to get this video out, but I don't have enough time to record multiple takes. Okay. The letters are how well I thought the movie was made. So if it's a well-made movie, it would be an A, and if it was a poorly made movie, it would be an E. I gave this a C, so it was about middle of the spectrum for me. Then the numbers. So if it's a 1, it's a movie that I really, really enjoyed. 5 is a movie that I absolutely hated. And this was about a 4. The atmosphere is what definitely saves it from being a 5. And without the good atmosphere, probably wouldn't have gotten much higher on the list. Anyway, putting this against the movie that we saw last time we did a video, which was A Dog's Way Home, this was nowhere near as good as A Dog's Way Home. So people who enjoy this movie are people who enjoy very slow burn, slow action, sci-fi fans, which would be the best way to explain this. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next video, and I went out. Goodbye.